Hello, I'm Neil Nunes with the BBC News. A former Facebook employee turned whistleblower has given a damning critique of the company to a U.S. Senate committee. Frances Haugen said she believed Facebook had put profits first when executives knew it could harm children, stoke division, and weaken democracy. Facebook's boss, Mark Zuckerberg, has blogged that it was disheartening to see company research taken out of context. Monica Bickert is Facebook's Vice President of Content Policy.
This was an employee who did not work on these issues, and it's mischaracterized a lot of these stolen documents. I've been with the company for 9 years. My background is in child safety and as a criminal prosecutor. And the amount of thought and resources that this company has put into safety just underscores how much we do care about getting these very difficult issues right.
Facebook's 6-hour worldwide outage on Monday has proved to be a boon to at least one competing messaging app. Telegram's founder, Pavel Durov, said his Russian-based platform gained more than 70 million new users after Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram went offline. The governor of California, Gavin Newsom, has called for an end to offshore drilling following last week's massive oil spill off the southern coast of the state. It's thought to have resulted from the rupture of a pipeline, possibly caused by a ship's anchor. David Willis is in Los Angeles.
The oil spill took place about 60 kilometers south of Los Angeles off the coast of Huntington Beach, an area nicknamed Surf City, USA. The area is also home to dozens of species of wildlife, and seabirds have been found covered in oil. Questions are being asked about why it took the company that owns the pipeline 12 hours to report the spillage, following complaints from local residents of a foul smell in the area last Friday. Having declared a state of emergency in the area, Governor Gavin Newsom has now promised a thorough investigation into the cause of the oil spill.
The British government has announced an independent inquiry into the police following the murder of a young woman, Sarah Everard, by a London officer. The Home Secretary, Priti Patel, said the probe would determine what she called the unimaginable failures that allowed Wayne Couzens to remain in the police despite concerns about his behaviour. He was given a whole life term. Here's Lucy Manning.
The first part of the inquiry will look at the previous behaviour of Couzens and if there were any missed opportunities to stop him. The second part will take a wider look at policing, including vetting, how the police investigate themselves and workplace behaviour. But the inquiry won't have the power to force witnesses to appear or to demand documents. It's also unclear if it will hold any hearings in public.
World news from the BBC. President Biden has warned that America is at risk of losing its edge as a nation. Speaking in Michigan to promote his key infrastructure and social spending packages, Mr. Biden said his initiatives were about opportunity versus decay, and those who oppose them were complicit in America's decline. The extent of America's stockpile of nuclear weapons has been disclosed, ending Donald Trump's blackout on the figures. New State Department data show that at the end of September, the U.S. military held 3,750 nuclear warheads. That's the lowest figure since stockpiles peaked at more than 31,000 in 1967 at the height of the Cold War. Half a century after they were first unearthed from a quarry in Wales, scientists have finally identified 4 small fossils as coming from the same new species of dinosaur. Researchers at the Natural History Museum in London say the dinosaur, named Pendraic milneri, is the oldest meat-eating dinosaur discovered in Britain. Though a fearsome predator, Pendraic would have been only about the size of a chicken. Stefan Speakman is one of the researchers.
It's one of the earliest known dinosaurs from the UK. This is quite significant because we're really dealing with animals that were living at the very early stages of the evolution of the dinosaurs. So dinosaurs are very famous, mainly from the Jurassic and the Cretaceous periods, the big dinosaurs, Stegosaurus, T-Rex. But here, during the Triassic, they were not as diverse yet, not as big, and they were only one of several groups of reptiles living on land.
A Russian film crew has arrived at the International Space Station on a mission to shoot the first movie in orbit. Actress Yulia Peresild and director Klim Chipenko will record scenes for The Challenge, a drama about a surgeon who is sent to save a cosmonaut. That's the latest BBC World News.